The legend of why the sea is salty. Once upon a time, in a small riverside village, there lived two brothers.
Thank you.
The older brother was rich, while the younger one lived in poverty. When their parents passed away, they left behind a small piece of farmland, but the greedy older brother took it all, leaving only a shabby hut and a broken stone mill for his younger brother. Though poor, the younger brother was kind and hardworking. Each day he worked as a hired laborer, gathered firewood to trade for rice, and shared every grain with his wife and children. The older brother, on the other hand, lived in luxury and never helped him. A cold winter night, one freezing night, the wind howled through the cracks of the old hut. There wasn't a single grain of rice left in the house. His little child cried from hunger, while his wife silently wiped away tears. The poor man sighed and said, "I'll go ask my brother for some rice. After all, we're family. He won't turn me away, will he?" He wrapped himself in his tattered coat and braved the cold wind to his brother's house. The lights shone brightly and the smell of food filled the air. He knocked on the door and humbly said, "Brother, my family has no rice left. Could you spare a little for us tonight?" The older brother glanced at him and said coldly, "My house isn't a charity.
Stop, little mill.
If you want rice,
Stop.
go work for it." Feeling humiliated, the poor man lowered his head. Seeing this, the older brother's
I
wife
have
whispered,
brought you some porridge.
"Please, give him just a handful of rice. It's almost New Year." But the older brother sneered, "No, but fine. If he wants food, let him trade that old stone mill. I've heard that at the end of the village lives a strange old man who trades old things for valuable ones." Though doubtful, the younger brother thanked him and left. The mysterious old man. The next morning, he carried the old stone mill on his shoulder and walked until he reached the seashore. The waves lapped gently, and the salty breeze brushed his face. He sat down on a rock, sighing, "If only I had a little rice for my family." Just then, an old man with silver hair appeared, smiling kindly. He asked, "Son, where are you taking that stone mill?" The poor man bowed and replied, "Sir, I heard I could trade old things for something valuable. I only have this broken mill. I hope to exchange it for some rice." The old man smiled. "You've found the right person. That mill isn't ordinary. If you know how to use it, it will give you anything you wish." The man's eyes widened in surprise. "Really? How do I use it, sir?" The old man leaned closer and whispered, "Whenever you want something, say, 'Mill, please grind out for me,' and name what you want. But when you've had enough, don't forget to say, 'Mill, please stop.'" If you forget, it will never stop grinding." The young man gratefully thanked him and brought the mill home. The magic mill. At home, he placed the mill down and said softly, "Mill, please grind out some white rice." The mill began to hum, "Three, three," and soon white rice poured out until the floor was covered. Overjoyed, he quickly said, "Mill, please stop." The mill stopped immediately. The family wept tears of joy. From that day on, they were never hungry again. He tried again. "Mill, please grind out silk, cakes, and gold coins." And just like that, the mill produced everything he asked for. He shared his fortune with the poor in the village, and everyone loved and respected him. The greedy brother news of the magic mill spread quickly.
Excuse me.
When the older
Excuse
brother
me,
heard,
please.
greed filled his heart. One day he came over pretending to be kind. "Brother, I heard you have a wonderful mill. Could you lend it to me for a while? I only want to grind some salt." The kind brother agreed.
It was you.
But warned him,
Don't.
"Of course, but remember, when you're done, say, 'Mill, please stop.' Otherwise, it will keep grinding forever." The greedy brother nodded eagerly, but in his mind, he thought only of wealth. He took the mill onto his boat and rowed far out to sea, where no one could see him. The price of greed.
Draxon.
On the boat, he laughed loudly. "Mill,
Draxon,
grind me lots of
are you
salt.
there?
I'll sell it and become the richest man alive." The mill started to grind, and piles of white salt
Draxon,
poured out,
please,
more and
you
more
have
until the
to
boat
stop
was nearly
this.
full. He shouted, "That's enough. Stop now." But he had forgotten the exact words. The mill kept grinding endlessly. Salt filled the boat, the sea rose, and the weight pulled the boat under. He screamed for help, but it was too late. Within moments, the boat sank, dragging both him and the mill to the bottom of the sea. Why the sea is salty. From that day on, people say that the magic mill still lies at the bottom of the ocean, forever grinding salt. That is why the sea tastes salty. The endless salt from the mill that never stops. As for the kind younger brother, he lived happily with his family, teaching everyone that true happiness comes from contentment and sharing with others.
Grind these jewels.
What in the world is happening in there?
Is that coming from Draxon's hut?
I have to hide it. I can't leave it here. Draxon, please, don't go!
Grind salt. Lots and lots of salt.
Oh no!
No! Help me!
Always remember, kindness and helping each other makes our village strong.
To our prosperity.
Isn't this beautiful?
It truly is.